back to another episode of Rob Sports Center. Man, if you clicked on this video, I'm assuming that you are a New Orleans Saints fan. And if you clicked on this video and you're a Carolina Panthers fan, I'm sorry, man. It is what it is. But, man, as you guys know, this game is actually still going on while I'm filming this video. I wanted to go and get this video filmed that way I can watch Tom Brady and his broadcasting debut. So I wanted to go and knock this out the way. But as of right now, watching this video, because I got it up in the background, we're still up, 47-10 with 6 minutes left. And I said that they didn't put the backup in. So, man, overall dominant performance from the Saints. Overall dominant performance. Now, I do want you guys to be aware of one thing. If you're a Saints fan, obviously, and I'm not trying to, push past our victory or overlook our victory. It deserves to be saluted. It deserves to be clapped. I know they were saying this is like the first time we've scored this many points since 2009 when we went to the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Not saying we're going to the Super Bowl. I'm just saying. But we do have to understand that the Carolina Panthers are not a fully developed team. You know what I mean? You got to look at the offensive line. They wasn't really creating opportunities for Bryce Young in terms of blocking for him. So we obviously based off. I'm not going based off us beating Carolina. I'm going based off of things that I seen that we had problems with last year. So the biggest problem that we had last year, in my opinion, is the lack of utilization of our athletes. And what do I mean by that? We got speedsters like Shaheed, I be mispronouncing his name all the time. It's kind of complicated, but Shaheed. You see, one of the first plays, like one of the earlier plays in the games, it was a long touchdown bomb to him. That he has elite level speed. You see, obviously, Chris Olave, where he didn't really get as involved today, but today might have been. It just wasn't his day. You never know. Next game, Olave will come out and blow the top off of him. Obviously, Taysom Hill. I like the fact that I did not see him lined up as quarterback tonight because that game was starting to get played out to me, and I was starting to get sick of that. So I'm glad to see how we utilized him. Obviously, Kamara's Kamara. I like the evenly ball distribution. Like over the last few years, I would say 2 years for sure, we've become so heavy and so reliant on Alvin Kamara that we never really had anything going outside of that. But then also that was using and abusing them to where mid-season he's usually hurt. And, he's not even playing. And when he's not playing, it's like, okay, what do? We rely on the whole Taysom Hill quarterback bull crap. So I enjoyed that, seeing that. I see we got a new kicker, a young kid. I was very proud of him. I'm happy knowing that, confident that if we got to settle for field goals, we can hit them at a high rate. I'm just going to name a couple of them at the time. I think he made every field goal he took, but at the time of me making this video, he made a 57-yarder, a 44-yarder, and a 52-yarder, and he ended up making another one after that. But as of right now, he's 100% on all of his field goals. One of the biggest things, two of the biggest things, I ain't going to say one, two of them, the biggest takeaways for me, obviously, was that we were able to score more than 19 or 20 points over the course of a 4-quarter game. Now, granted, we actually set a franchise record with 17 points scored in the first half, so let's clap it up for that. So we did set a franchise record with 17 points scored in the first quarter. I mean, not the first half. But I do like the fact that we wasn't struggling to put points up and we wasn't struggling to move the ball. So regardless who it was against, I look at those things and I say that those were all wins. Let's see. I already touched on, and we scored on our red zone. So we was one of the worst teams I know at the first half of last season with red zone productivity. We was able to get to the red zone, but a lot of times we would come up with not even a field goal because of it being missed. So our red zone percentage was not okay. Our red zone percentage today was 100%. It's either we came up with a touchdown or we came up with 3 points. You know what I mean? And we didn't come so reliant on just 3 points to where it's 3 field goals. We put 9 points up when they're scoring touchdowns. So you got a 28-9 lead. You know what I mean? So we kind of evenly distributed it in terms of that. And I said I was gonna do something too. I want to start incorporating this not just with the Saints, but like whenever I cover any game, whether it's the Saints, Cowboys, whoever, I want to do like an offensive player of the game and a defensive player of the game. But I will say too, shout out to Clint Kubiak. Coming into this game, I was going based off of our preseason reads, and I was thinking like, man, here we go with this bull crap. But I heard one of the broadcasters say that the Saints was kind of vanilla. They vanillaed it in the preseason with not showing everybody what they was doing. I was like, okay, it makes sense. Just kind of go through the motions, get the guys acquainted with the game again in terms of just being, you know, getting reps and stuff. And then come week 1, we're going to bust their head open, which we did. And I'm not quite sure if it was planned out like that, but that's exactly what we did. So I was excited for that. So like I said, shout out to Clint Kubiak. Derek Carr looked at, you know, pretty damn good tonight. I'm talking about making good reads, not forcing anything. I heard one of the broadcasters say specifically like how one pass that he threw towards the ground to Olave, at first I was like, see, that's what I'm talking about. But then he was like, that was a smart play, you know, from a veteran quarterback, because it's like this. I'm going to throw the ball. Either my receiver is going to get it or it's going to hit the ground as incompletion. I'm not going to allow the defensive back to be able to drive downhill and come over and make a play on the ball. So, you know, he showed me that veteran presence and he showed me that competitive aspect. You know, I knew when he ran the ball one time, we need him to slide. We don't need him taking them type of hits, you know, just because we need him over the course of the season. Too important for that. But I like the competitive side of it. And they were saying that last year he played with injuries. I don't think those injuries had anything to do with some of the horrible decisions. Granted, like I said, too, a lot of it kind of came down to coaching. And you see with coaching here, it's different results. So, you know, I want you guys to also, you know, I want you guys to know, like I said, I'm going to reiterate this one more time, that this is the Carolina Panthers, you know what I mean? So this is a team. Now, granted, too, we're already up 1-0 in our division, you know what I mean? And that's going to put us in a good position, you know, if we have to find ourselves in a battle for the division, you know, with Atlanta, because I know that, you know, Kirk Cousins over there, and they're going to be a problem. That's all I can say. So I know that it's probably going to come down to us and them based off how we going, you know what I mean? So I don't want to just speak too prematurely, and then we come out and have a horrible game. But, and I see now too, it just showed we scored 47 points today, franchise record in season open. I gotta write that down too, guys. I'm so sorry. That's gonna help me with my thumbnail. But yeah, we scored 47 points in season opener. So we actually set 2 records in this game alone in terms of 17 points scored in the first quarter and 47 points scored in the season opener game. So, you know, clap it up for that one more time. So now we're going to get into the players of the game. So defensively, I went along with Alontae Taylor. So, you know, Alontae Taylor is one of our defensive backs, primarily plays in the slot. And, man, this kid played a hell of a game. He had 3 sacks. 3 sacks that came from the New Orleans Saints that wasn't Cam Jordan or Demario Davis. So shout out to him. And he had a couple plays defended. He made a good defensive play in the end zone. So, you know, the only thing that he really gave up was the little pass down the sideline to Adam Thielen, but it was a pick route. It wasn't really nothing he could have done. They supposed to make the adjustments in terms of how Charles Woodson say locking levels mean that if they're lined up in a set like that, a trip set where they're side by side, 9 times out of 10 they're trying to run a pick route to free somebody up. So one of us get at 5 yards, the other one get at 2 yards, so we don't clash into each other, you know. So I go with him. And then offensively, a part of me, I want to give it to this. I'm going to split this out. I want to give it to Clint Kubiak, because bringing in his new system, this new offensive system, it got our Saints looking like a completely different team. It got us looking like similar to, you know, the success we had in the Breeze era. You know, I'm not saying that that's what it is, but I'm just saying. And I want to give Derek Carr offensive player of the game. You know, he went 19 for 23 for 200 yards and 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Like I said, 19 for 23, so that's perfect. He wasn't forcing anything, and that's what I like, just giving and just taking what the defense gives him. So that was my takeaway for this, man. I'm excited for the season. I'm excited to see if we're going to be able to do this next week against the Dallas Cowboys. And if we're able to do this against the Cowboys out on the road at that, I will feel much better going down later season, because we know that the Cowboys are a playoff team. So that's why I would be so happy about that opposed to this win. And plus, it's always fun to beat the Cowboys. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, man. Let me know if I missed something. Let me know if, you know, if you agree with me. Let me know if you disagree with me, man. I'm up for the debate. I like the debate. That's what makes this even funner than actually doing it, you know what I mean? So, but that is it for this video, man. If you did enjoy this video, do me a big favor, man. Smash that thumbs up button. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. And when you subscribe, click that post notification bell where you be notified every time I upload, man. Because as you guys can see, football season is back. So I'm coming at y'all with all levels, man. Whether it's the pros, whether it's college, or whether it's high school. So stay tuned if you're a football fan, because I got more content coming, man. I'll see y'all in the next video. I'm out this thing. Peace.